God says this is coming to you at a time when your spirit is tired, your heart is searching for answers in solitude, and you sense something moving around you without knowing why. This message is urgent and important as God teaches us. God warns us that a strange phone call is coming, one from a cell phone that will reveal knowledge that has been hidden from us for a long time. God warns us to be careful, since this number will vanish like air. Flashes and fades will happen. God warns that if you are not prepared, the call will take away your peace. However, if you are sensitive to God, the issue will become clearer. God desires that you be safe, calm, and steady. God tells you that you will not face any terrible circumstances, since His messengers are already present and His hand is on your life. There is something you should be aware of with this message. God has informed you that this message is about a sensation you've been experiencing but have yet to confirm. There was someone who believed they could keep information from you by seeming to be uninterested and hoping you wouldn't notice. However, God is capable of observing what people conceal. God says the truth is self-evident. The truth is audible. Reality is beckoning. The truth emerges when the adversary believes they have won. The phone number that God is referring to belongs to someone who has been conducting an activity behind your back. They are apprehensive that the deception they have accomplished is about to unravel. They know that the truth is on its way. They are aware, however, that the information they have disguised will no longer be confidential. As a result, the energy around them is strained, unstable, and restless. The call you are going to receive is divine disclosure according to God. The activities committed against you without your permission will be revealed. According to God, the silence has been a hardship for you. Trouble has made you feel overburdened. You went through a phase where you weren't sure who you could trust. However, the heavens composed your rescue plan before the crisis began. According to God, nothing can be avoided at the right time. A lie is incapable of concealing the truth. No betrayal can elude God's justice. This call, this number, and this timing are all predetermined. All of this is rooted in a divine purpose. According to God, your spirit has recently been stirred because you believe an event is imminent. This message marks the beginning of a revelation. A transformation is about to occur. With the start of a new chapter, God will not only unveil the hidden, but also relieve the anguish that was inflicted on you behind your back. God claims to have seen each tear you cried during a time when no one could understand it. Despite His heartbreak for you, He watched your perseverance. He noticed your loyalty even when others were puzzling you. You have been carrying weight that was not yours, according to God. You were in charge of dealing with relationships and situations that did not treat you with the respect or transparency you required. God acknowledges that you were extremely patient, but He is now intervening. You get a sense that Nirvana is becoming closer to you right now. I want you to feel as if you and God are having a real conversation. In the comments box below, please contribute one word that has more power than you realize. Writing Amen is neither a habit nor a routine. It is a declaration that you are ready to receive the truth that God has revealed to you. Make it distinct. Have faith in the stuff you're creating. It is best to write it with the notion that the spiritual realm is confirming your agreement with heaven. As you type, remember that angels are preparing to reveal the truth to you and responding to your faith. The next occurrences will further prepare your heart for the upcoming phone call. Heaven is making its entrance. You're not alone. God assures us that there is no need for concern. You will not encounter any unpleasant incidents. There is no need for alarm about this message. Your safety is ensured. God places the highest priority on your safety. He guarantees you tranquility. He wants you to win. God claims that the person on the other end of this conversation has been considering whether to reveal the truth or keep it a secret. They are facing the consequences of their deeds. Karma is becoming conscious. God's justice is in motion. These people are concerned because they understand that you are nearly certain to uncover the truth. According to God, seeing this number will unlock a door. You've been considering this question in the back of your mind. You will understand the causes behind an individual's unique conduct, changes in behavior, and perceived distance. You pose simple questions to them. According to God, that person did an act that was not intended for you. However, God claims that you are entitled to the truth. Currently, you may feel a sense of tension in your spirit as your soul recognizes that this is the time for revelation. There is absolutely no reason to panic. According to God, He is preparing you. This message was critical for you in order to keep you from overreacting when the call came. Don't be concerned. You don't collapse. Instead, you remain composed. You understand that this will happen because God has prophesied it. God asserts that heaven planned clarity, whereas the adversary desired disorder. The adversary intended to give you distress, but God is protecting you. Your adversary attempted to destroy your attention, but God is strengthening you once more. The objective of this call is not to hurt you. It is meant to release you. The objective of this is to highlight the actions that have been harmful to you. When the number emerges, your intuition will confirm that everything is correct, according to God. According to God, there is someone who professed to love you, yet did something wrong behind your back. They believed you were unaware. They thought you were blind. They were not aware of your proximity to God. Heaven whispers what the darkness conceals. According to God, this person has spoken with another person about you. Your name has been mixed in a way that is intended to harm your reputation or blessings. However, they were unaware that God is concerned about each of His children. Individuals who want to harm you will incur harm on themselves, according to God's teachings. Ultimately, those who seek to undermine you expose themselves. Individuals who attempt to steal from you will forfeit the object they were trying to obtain. According to God, the call is a message, a portent, a warning, and a thorough evaluation of the circumstances. It will change you. It will be easy to see who is on your side and who is not. You will no longer be hesitant to follow your instincts. You will understand why God chose to exclude you from specific individuals, locations, and discussions. God asserts that He made every effort to keep you safe, even when you were unable to see the danger. This time, call and number will all make sense in the end. Your guardian angels have been actively involved in offering assistance. They have worked to prevent bad intentions from being carried out. They have been impeding the energy that was focused on you. Their role has been to prevent negative events from happening. You were ignorant of how many difficulties you avoided, according to God. He commanded your motions subconsciously. God has assured you that you will not collapse. You will not fail. The upcoming events will not damage you. Alternatively, you will be raised. This call will not make you break. On the contrary, it will strengthen you. It will cause you to wake up. It will release you. God promises that your desire will result in clarity. Despite your quiet, your spirit pleaded for answers. Heaven heard what you didn't say. The Lord is responding. God instructs you to have faith in Him. Have faith in the procedure. Have no fear. He is present with you. He is located next to you. He is ahead of you. According to God, you are under divine protection. At this moment, I would like you to take an action that may appear trivial, but is significant in the spiritual realm. I'd appreciate it if you could click the like button on this video as you sense God's protection. This is not just about the channel's support. The goal is to create a flow of God's favor in your life. By clicking the like icon, you physically indicate your alignment with Heaven's Word. You're acknowledging that, Lord, I'm under your protection. Certainly, Lord, I appreciate your kindness. A point of contact for divine benediction is established with a simple click. It opens the way for God's favor to enter your situation, house, finances, and relationships. Therefore, proceed to press the like button immediately and witness how heaven answers to your obedience. You won't have any issues. The fears you are currently experiencing are merely temporary. It will dissolve if the truth is revealed. God says you will rise after this. You will produce an altered brightness. You will feel a sense of lightness. You will see the depth of God's compassion for you when He discloses what was previously concealed, not to harm you, but to liberate you. I'd like you to seize the opportunity to do something that will not only ensure your breakthrough, but also transfer it to another person as you climb and feel lighter. Share this video. Distribute it to a friend, family member, or acquaintance who needs this message. Sharing prophetic content transforms you into an anointed conduit. The same anointing that liberates you will travel through you and influence the life of another person. Sharing enables God to increase the number of breakthroughs. Prepare for your personal breakthrough to accelerate as you spread the message. Expect an increase in the anointing in your life. Because you have proved your loyalty in dispersing the resources entrusted to you, you can expect God to place His trust in you. Immediately click the share option to see how heaven increases the resources directed toward you. According to God, your heart is too pure to tolerate the type of lie that existed. That is why heaven intervened. This is why the number will be displayed. This is the reason why the message will be received. The truth is en route to you. God commands you to retain your faith. Avoid moving. This is your omen, warning, protection, and proof that you are never completely alone, according to God. I'd like you to make an extra declaration in the comments box below as your spirit grows more attuned to this reality. I am prepared to face the truth. According to God, this is an urgent message intended only for you. This message is being conveyed to you at this precise moment because divine timing has aligned with an event that is currently unfolding in your neighborhood and is not yet visible to the naked eye. However, your spirit has already started to comprehend. The next few minutes are critical for your safety, path, and the blessing that has been waiting to arrive in your life, as God commands you to listen carefully, child. According to God, a call is on its way, and it is associated with a specific mobile number. This number is meant to deliver a message that will change your life, expose something, provide the clarity you've been looking for, and open a door. God mandates that you investigate this number before it vanishes, is deleted, or attempts to be hidden or wiped from your brain. According to God, the supernatural light that has been around you, the strange indications, the unexpected motions, and the times when you sensed something uncommon in your spirit are not your imagination. Heaven has recently become more active in your life, guiding you. According to God, the upcoming call is part of a divine plan that began before you were aware of any hidden information or before you realized that someone was watching, praying for, or attempting to reach you. God does not mean for this message to terrify you. Seal. It is aimed to properly prepare you. You won't have any issues. You are secure under God's wings. You are protected, transported, and guided. Regardless of who is attempting to hurt you, who argues against you, or who questions you, God's hand is stronger than ever before. God claims that this word is sent with urgency merely because of the significance of timing. When the heavens say that the moment has come, it means that something has changed in the unseen. According to God, the number that is about to appear, even for a brief moment, is associated with someone who has something essential to tell you. Although not everyone who contacts you has good intentions, this conversation is unique. No, this is not a dangerous interaction. This is a summons to revelation. This is the decisive moment. This is a call that will unlock the door you thought was permanently closed. This is why the adversary attempts to distract your attention, confuse you, or pull you away from your spiritual journey. According to God, the adversary tried to delay your realization. However, heaven is now intervening. According to God, you have endured disasters that others were unaware of. You wept silently. You battled alone. You assumed responsibilities that would have been terrible for another person. But you kept your faith, and God never abandoned you for a single moment. That is why this message is being provided to you. That is the cause for our upcoming contact. This is why the universe is now aligning something for you. According to God, the number that appears is related to a watershed moment in your story. Someone has realized that you have a special quality. A previously suppressed truth has been revealed. An individual who has previously remained silent is now preparing to communicate. God advises, be prepared, for the information they disclose will not only astound you, but it will also corroborate the feelings your heart has harbored for an extended period. God associates the call with someone who is aware of your destiny, history, and future. This person is currently in possession of information and is debating whether or not to divulge it. According to God, they can no longer suppress it. Heaven is exerting pressure on them, urging and guiding them to bring the truth into your existence. They have information that will help you progress. They are aware of what steps were done against you. There is some information about the person who tried to prevent you from proceeding. They are aware of your blessing, which was postponed. The number is significant according to God because it represents the individual who is finally speaking up, an individual who previously believed they could remain silent indefinitely but has now realized the gravity of their responsibilities. God claims that spiritual conviction has had an impact on their hearts. Their imaginations have been disrupted. Their brains have become aroused. They continue to study your face. They continue to hear your name. They are unable to ignore the relentless strain they are under. According to God, they are spiritually drawn to you as a result of the involvement of heaven. A confession is coming. A revelation is about to occur. A revelation that was meant for you is about to happen. According to God, there is no reason to be concerned about the current circumstances. Keep your heart from being overpowered by tension. You are secure. It is secure for you. You will remain unharmed. There will be no complications. All of the entities who sought to disturb your peace have been defeated. The energy that was meant to drain you is dispersing. Any jealous ghost that attempted to observe you from a distance has been stopped. Your spirit was already aware that something was shifting, and heaven has confirmed it, according to God. According to God, the communication you are going to receive is tied to long-term development. It's possible that you were oblivious of the details, but you had the sensation that something was wrong. You had the idea that someone had more to say. You believed that God had yet to perfect that part. God says you were correct in your appraisal of your emotions. It was meant to leave a gap. Something has arrived at the ideal time, and it is now. You will pay attention to this number if God directs you to do so. Do not allow it to pass. Heaven will not allow it to vanish without explanation. However, you must stay vigilant. God informs you that someone wants to speak with you, but is nervous. An individual who is unsure about how to contact them. An individual concerned about the implications of following the law. This discussion focuses on the significance of being truthful, apologizing, being explicit, and resolving matters. However, it is also relevant to your blessing. God claims that this person has been exceedingly silent for a long time. They have watched your resilience, the severity of your pain, your capacity to remain calm, and the endurance of your resilience. They understand that you are entitled to the truth. They understand that time is passing. They are aware that God is leading them to you, even if they are not yet ready. According to the Lord, they can no longer conceal themselves. Someone's about to make a statement. At this point, God deems the number sacred because it represents divine involvement. A turning moment has been reached. This is a significant advancement. It is the moment when the truth cannot be hidden any longer. I'd like you to make one last statement to commemorate this moment as heaven turns the pages of your story toward success. The comments should include the phrase, "My breakthrough is here." My breakthrough is not imminent, nor do I expect it's coming. I wrote my breakthrough as if it had already happened. The decree appeared to have already been signed by the skies. By creating those words, you link your tongue with God's actions taking place in the background. The way you describe the scenario is wrong. Compose it with certainty and see how heaven responds to your faith. Pay close attention to everything you see and hear. The figure is arriving more quickly than you expect. According to God, the person who approaches you isn't only supplying you with information. They are affecting change. Following this contact, you may perceive certain people in a new light. You'll gain a new perspective on your journey. You will be able to more clearly see your blessings. God tells you that you have been asking for understanding. You've been contemplating a sign. You've been praying for protection. This message is intended as a warning to you. Your confirmation will be delivered during the upcoming phone conversation. He assures us that there is no reason to doubt it. Heaven does not simply issue alerts or warnings without justification. Heaven doesn't display meaningless number quantities. Heaven does not create feelings of urgency unless there is an impending event. God desires that you have a stronger faith in Him. God sees everything, regardless of how you view it. Even if you're not sure what to do, God has already planned ahead of time. Even if it seems strange, heaven is communicating with you through that number. According to God, the call will not have any negative implications. The line is spiritually guarded. We will assure the safety of your energy. Ensure the safety of your heart. There will be no complications. You are in the presence of God. God may reveal the number in an unexpected way. It may manifest unexpectedly. It might happen while you are alone or when you are really busy. However, your spirit will realize its true essence. Your emotional condition will shift. You will feel a strong emotion in your heart. This is the point at which you'll know this message was meant to prepare you for that moment. According to God, this person is concerned because they know their words will change your perspective. They are aware that you will have a different perspective. They are aware that they cannot hide the truth any longer. God informs you that this person is not approaching you with the aim to cause you harm. The reason for their contact is to correct an inaccuracy. Heaven has summoned them because it is vital. They are calling because the truth needs to be revealed. God informs you that you are nearing a time in your life when clarity will replace confusion, truth will replace lies, and answers will reign supreme. This communication represents one of the first signs of that transformation. Key. Heaven is changing the environment around you. God is eliminating those who have never assisted you. God is exposing those who claim to care, but then failed to do so. God is raising you above the noise, drama, and negative influences that once tried to dominate your life. When the number appears, you will know that it has a divine purpose because God predicted it. If you have not already done so, make an immediate effort to incorporate this prophetic message into your life. Wow! Before clicking the subscribe button, make sure the notification bell is activated. What's the significance of this? As it turns out, subscribing involves more than just following a channel. It is a spiritual approach to achieving harmony. So, it notifies heaven that I am aligning myself with the prophetic messages coming from this ministry. I am preparing myself to receive divine revelation. When you subscribe, you are included in God's prophetic pipeline, which He uses to communicate with His children. Heaven's release will not be ignored. You will be consistent with the words, lessons, and blessings that God bestows on this platform. Execute it promptly. By subscribing and activating the bell, you can stay in prophetic alignment. Someone who was previously reserved is preparing to express themselves. An individual who was previously hesitant to speak out is now willing to do so. Someone who had previously observed you from a distance is now ready to bring something positive into your life. An individual who had previously concealed the truth is now willing to reveal it. God instructs you to maintain a sense of calm, lay a foundation, and develop spiritual awareness. I encourage you to take steps to ensure that God's favor over the revelation is realized during this time of spiritual awakening. Press the like button immediately. This is your chance to let heaven know you are awake, aware, and ready for the truth to emerge. Individuals who establish themselves as candidates for divine favor will receive it. You're liking this video to establish yourself. You are leaving a spiritual sign that says, I am prepared for God's favor to be bestowed upon me. As you perform this action, notice how God's undeserved favor begins to manifest in ways you don't understand. Currently, you are not alone. Heaven is in close proximity to you. You are surrounded by angels. Divine fire illuminates your path. There will be no complications. No weapon can be used against you. A whisper about you cannot cause you harm. God has safeguarded you. According to God, this call may elicit strong emotions in you, but it will also liberate you. It will release you. It will provide you with the peace you seek. According to God, you will understand why heaven required you to read this message immediately following the end of the call. You will immediately understand the significance of this. You'll understand why God told you not to disregard it. God instructs us to have faith in Him, knowing the consequences of this call. He is aware of the content being displayed. He is aware of hearts that are ready to be transformed. He is aware of the information that is being revealed. The number is significant according to God, because it leads you to someone who has been brought to you by divine force. According to God, your life will be transformed. I'd like to keep you informed about the prophetic flow. Your life is on the verge of change, and the forces of heaven are rearranging the world around you. If you haven't done so already, click the subscribe button. In this way, you are communicating to God that you want me to follow all of your instructions. I eagerly await every word you say as you guide my life. Subscribing indicates consent. It is consistent. By subscribing, you inform the enemy that you are in a place where the truth is spoken and breakthroughs are announced, effectively placing yourself under open heaven. This action allows you to immediately secure this prophetic alignment. You are about to gain additional knowledge. You are on the verge of reaching a new level of spirituality. This call is part of that transformation. Please be cautious. Continue your prayers. Maintain communication with God. You are secure. It is secure for you. You are under the protection of divine grace. God informs you that this message is especially significant to you, and that you should not disregard it, as there is an occurrence in your vicinity that you should be aware of. God says you will get a call today from a cell phone number that has been tracking your progress for a long time. And if you don't pay attention, you may miss the single indicator that heaven has been attempting to communicate with you on a regular basis. God warns you to be vigilant because this number will appear and then vanish as if it never existed. The reason for your spirit's restlessness today will be known only to you. Prior to this number, sign, and words, your life has been erased. God desires that you pause, take a deep breath, and have faith. You are safe, as God assures you. The upcoming events are not meant to cause you harm, anxiety, or confusion. It is intended to demonstrate information that you have a right to know. There will be no complication. My defense is so strong that every fear is defeated before it even reaches your doorstep. According to God, the upcoming call is about a truth that you have not been informed of. It was attempted to be hidden. The proof was attempted to be removed by someone. Someone attempted to portray you as unworthy of being informed of the remarks made about you behind your back. Heaven has decreed that you be informed of everything that happened in secret today. God informs you that this call contains a piece of your future, a warning, a revelation, and a blessing. An act of divine intervention compels a person who previously refused to engage in conversation to speak the thoughts they had suppressed. Heaven is stirring a person who intended to leave to return because God has promised that your narrative will not end in chaos. He declares, I am entering your circumstances and dispelling the mist that has enveloped your life, allowing you to finally witness the truth that has been concealed behind the curtains. Child, I am aware that you had an uncommon sensation in your spirit. God claims, I am aware that you have experienced a sense that something unusual is about to transpire, something that you are unable to explain or disregard. This is because this number, call, or signal reached your spirit long before it reached your head. As we approach this hallowed juncture, where heaven draws back the curtain, I'd like you to make your final statement of faith. Please compose. Amen. Once more in the comments area below. However, this time, create it as a seal. Write it as a final affirmation of the assertions God has made about your life in this message. Jot it down as if it were a safeguard that would protect every word, promise, and revelation that comes your way. Let this amen be the most thundering yet, resonating in the spiritual realm and announcing to heaven that you are ready, willing, and waiting with faith for the upcoming call. Compose it quickly and with genuine intent. And here, before we continue, I'd like you to do one final duty. Distribute this video to further people. It is not located in a random spot. Share it with the first person that comes to mind. It's possible that an acquaintance is having problems. Certain members of your family may require notification that the truth is coming. It is possible that someone is present who has been waiting for a sign, just like you. By conveying this foresight message, you enable advancement in both their and your own life. The distribution of this message does not decrease its value. It expands. This expands. It spans a longer distance. As you spread this word, you will get new revelations from God. Next, click the share icon. Send it. Raise it. Please share this information. Allow this blessing to spread. Pay attention to how God expedites your personal breakthrough in response to your obedience. Complete the work as soon as possible to prevent running out of time. God says amen because your faith is currently sparking something in the spiritual realm. Your faith is opening doors that no one can close. Thus, God says yes. Heaven has acknowledged your silent affirmation, and your situation is currently advancing rapidly. God says your timing is in line with divine design, because this call is about more than just the truth. God has reserved the number you are about to see from the beginning of time. It is distinguished by destiny, frequency, and the assurance that God has never abandoned you, even when you thought He had forgotten about you. The person who made this call has been going through their own battle, conviction, and sleepless nights, as they are aware that the load they share is yours. This is according to God. They tried to hide, ignore, and reject its significance, but God declares that the truth can arise from the dead, and what they buried is now emerging from the tomb of silence. God advises you to prepare your heart for the receiving of both information and transformation. As you listen to the contents of that call, you will feel liberated. Your mind will be free of limits that you were previously ignorant existed. The answers to your long-standing issues will be disclosed. This call is a key that will lead you to your next season, as God instructs you. God tells you that you will receive things that you did not earn, beg for, or deceive in order to gain. They are coming because God is gracious, and you have overcome obstacles that would have prompted the majority of people to give up. God instructs us not to perceive the tone of the person who contacts us as a sign of weakness, even if it is tense, broken, or unusual for them. They are a means by which God delivers what is rightfully yours. It is unimportant whether their voice trembles or if they stumble over words. It is critical to focus on the message rather than the person who is communicating it. According to God, the facts they reveal will change your view on the past and give you influence over your future. This call will compile the information that the enemy intended to spread, removing the need to be confused about specific individuals, events, or losses. God says that the enemy is deceitful and speaks in confusion. Heaven, on the other hand, talks clearly, and you are about to hear it speak directly to your predicament via this number, this call, and this instant. While we wait, God instructs us not to let the enemy steal our peace. Avoid allowing anxiousness to take over your emotions until the number is revealed. God informs you that you should not expect bad news, but rather release. You do not anticipate any drama. You are looking forward to finding out the truth. Avoid deferring suffering. Rather, anticipate when certain elements of your story will finally make sense. According to God, you must wait since it is part of the procedure that is intended to assure your safety. If you receive the message too soon, you may not have been ready for it. You may not have seen the number if it occurred before this message, but God knew the perfect moment because He knows your heart and your ability to control it. This call will show you that you are more resilient than you realize, as God has spoken. You will face every hardship with grace, just as each adversity has endowed you with grace. The happenings of today and tomorrow do not surprise heaven. God has already assessed every detail of this call, including every word and emotion, and has given His blessing in your best interests. It benefits you, whether it gives you pain or distorts your perspective of reality. This is because God is orchestrating all events in your favor. According to God, the person with this number has also faced tribulation. They cannot conceal themselves anymore because they have lost their status, justifications, and ability to do so. God interacted with them through their dreams, tranquil settings, and alone time. Their observations provide evidence that they are right. They believe they cannot escape for whatever reason. They couldn't continue to deny hearing your name. According to God, this person is compelled to approach you, not because they want to. Heaven has expressly said that we are no longer allowed to be silent. They are obliged to talk, and the truth will be disclosed since God is watching over the issue. This is true regardless of whether they try to delay the message, mitigate it, or protect themselves. Pushing is unneeded. It is unnecessary for you to follow any individual. It is pointless to exhort people to be candid. It is already on the way. It has already started its trek towards your existence. This number is already paired with the one that will be displayed on your screen. God urges you to breathe deeply and show thankfulness to Jesus after observing it. You have been freed. I am grateful for your responses, Lord. I'm grateful, Father. The fog is gradually dispersing. This divine summoning will have a greater impact than your thoughts. It will affect your vigor, sleep, calm, and joy, as well as your health. This call will affect the way you unwind. Your spirit will not be looking for you, resulting in a more peaceful night's sleep. You will feel liberated once you awaken because you will be free of the burden of the unknown. According to God, your suspicion was similar to carrying a rucksack full of boulders while oblivious of its weight. However, this call will gradually relieve that load, and you will be free. No need to spend too much time thinking about it. Eliminating the need for second guessing. There is no need to deduce the perpetrator's identity or the motivation behind the action. According to God, you will understand the truth and so be liberated. Although you are barred from causing harm, retaliating, or confronting someone in rage, you are free to move forward without the burden of unsolved inquiries. You are able to forgive now that you have a thorough knowledge. As you have witnessed, you are now free to leave. The wound can be cleaned up rather than ignored, allowing it to recover. Regardless of how uncomfortable this call is, God believes it is helpful to your mental health. It will provide you a long-lasting recovery. God reveals to you that the adversary has tried to persuade you that you are irrational, paranoid, and creating facts. However, this conversation will show that you were completely correct. You weren't insane. It wasn't a wholly negative concept. You weren't too concerned. You were able to detect spiritual frequencies designed to provide protection and caution. God declares that your spirit has been correct, and this call will confirm your views of certain people and situations. Finally, you will regain trust in yourself. You will finally pay attention to your internal voice, which warns you when something is wrong. Heaven's warning signals will eventually be accepted. According to God, this call includes all of these factors: victory, vindication, and confirmation. Do not run from it. Do not attempt to get around it. Don't let fear keep you from answering the phone when it rings. God calls us to be courageous in our reactions. Respond with faith. Know that I am with you and will supply you with the words and knowledge you need to respond effectively. You are not doing this project on your own. I'm present in the room with you. I'm with you on the line. I am the one who directs every word that is spoken by both parties. According to God, this request is also accompanied by a blessing unconnected to the person speaking. The blessing is based on your willingness to listen to the truth. If you are brave enough to confront the hidden reality, you will be blessed. The blessing will only be given to those who are willing to let God lead them through uncomfortable conversations. God argues that many favors were delayed owing to the concealing of the truth. However, now that the truth has been revealed, excellent things may come your way. This call will lead to progress. Doors will be opened following this call. After this contact, you will see an improvement in favorability because the falsehood that was before obstructing you will be removed. It is God's wish that this appeal will make your home clean. The enemy's access to your peace, growth, and prosperity is being removed from all hidden places. When concealed objects are revealed, their potency diminishes. They are no longer capable of harming you. They are no longer accountable for your fate. You are currently unable to fathom how God has said that you shall be liberated. Feel a sensation of liberation in your thinking. You are free to experience any emotion you wish. Take a bet with your connections. Feel at ease with your money. Independence in your endeavors. Because the truth continuously liberates individuals. This call represents the reality that is being revealed to you. The person who makes the call has the option of requesting forgiveness from God. They may urge you to understand. They may want another opportunity. God informs you that you do not have to make a decision at this moment. You do not have to answer immediately. You are not compelled to resolve or address any issues during the initial conversation. You are only required to listen and absorb the information that God is providing, declares God. The remaining steps can be completed with prayer, advice, and time. Avoid putting too much pressure on yourself to deliver a perfect answer. If the sorrow is still fresh in your heart, resist the temptation to forgive right away. God promises to walk you through the entire process, step by step, following the occurrence. He will not leave you in a state of misery or confusion. He will offer you emotional support, engage in conversation, and walk you through all of your feelings. God teaches you that you have never been alone through this process. God was with you during your tears and was ready to vindicate you, despite the fact that you felt alienated, abandoned, and as if no one understood. This call reveals that God sees you. This number suggests that God does definitely hear your requests. This proves that God responds to pleas, even when they are unexpected. Some of you have been waiting for this moment for years, according to God. Years of stillness. Many years of uncertainty. For years, I had a strong suspicion that something was wrong, but I couldn't prove it. God promises you that your patience will soon be rewarded. Your effort is about to pay off. Your faith will soon turn into sight. It is getting closer to the information, hearing, or cognition that you have been expecting. Do not give up now, God says. It is not a good time to abandon one's aspirations. Do not allow uncertainty to creep in during the critical seconds before the breakthrough. The quantity is nearing. The call is approaching. The truth shall be disclosed. Nothing in heaven or on earth can hinder what God has planned for you. According to God, angels are safeguarding the success of this message. Angels have been deployed to ensure the number is present. Angels have been deployed to ensure that you do not miss this magnificent event. Heaven may not function properly in this earth, but it will always exist. God will never fail, regardless of individuals' deeds. Even if circumstances change, God's plan for you remains unchanged. This is now happening. This is genuine. This is your opportunity. God says that when you finish the call, you will feel a feeling you haven't felt in a long time. You'll feel at peace, a profound, incomprehensible serenity. The sense of peace that comes from knowing all of the required facts, rather than having everything perfect. You will feel relieved now that your secrets are no longer a drag. After completing the work, you will feel empowered. Witnessing God's intervention on your behalf will give you a better feeling of His presence. According to God, this phone call is a love letter from Him hidden within a phone number. It reveals that God is watching over every area of your existence. It shows that He is concerned about the things that make you feel down. This reveals that He functions invisibly, even when He is not present. You are unaware of the depth to which God adores you. You are more important than you may realize. You have a higher level of protection than you realize. You will be able to remember everything from this call. Now take a deep breath. Maintain a steady heartbeat. Thank God with all of your heart. I'm grateful for the forthcoming truth. I appreciate the future clarity. Thank you for this communication, which will provide me the option to free myself. I appreciate your presence and for ensuring that no negative incidents occur. I am thankful for your protection. I am appreciative for your help. I am thankful that I am protected by a God who is unfailing, untrustworthy, and unforgiving of His children. You have been blessed by God. Amen. On top of your residence, I agree with your future. The call is approaching. Keep an eye out for the number. Be alert for the sign. Be ready for the moment when heaven opens. You are not as isolated as you may think. Before we wrap up this captivating story, I recommend that we take a moment to reflect on this deep reality. This message was not discovered coincidentally. This is not just a coincidence. This is Archangel Michael's direct message to you. He extends his hand and invites you to a high-vibrational, safe society where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise. This spiritual idea is quite simple. Nonetheless, it has the capacity to transform your entire life. You will not just gain blessings if you follow it. They will multiply and permeate all aspects of your existence. Accepting this invitation provides you with immediate early access to powerful content and divine insights that are currently unavailable to the wider public. You now have the opportunity to enter a sacred area where you will receive unshakable support, spiritual guidance, and speedy progress towards your destiny. Do not miss out on this historic opportunity. Your triumph is near. Action is required. Your abundance is ready. Please refrain from scrolling down. Do not let the part of your brain that has been trained to anticipate nothing trick you into thinking that the information you are about to read is irrelevant to you. Please remain in this location for a moment, as this was not an unplanned event. You did not just happen upon this. I had planned to speak with you before you awoke this morning, before this moment arrived. You did not discover this. You discovered it. I am aware of the difficulties you encountered during the previous season. Not the version you tell others when they ask about your well-being, but the real version. The one you carry beneath every conversation, every smile you give to the world. Something has been quietly residing within you, but you have been unable to identify or express it. The edges aren't perfect. It is not appropriate for use in a sentence. However, It has always existed, hidden beneath the surface of your daily life. Additionally, it resulted in a slight decrease in your talkativeness. I would like to inform you that I have observed every second of that silence. This is not intended for someone whose life is going well and who needs a small boost on a nice afternoon. This is intended for individuals who are privately transporting items. For the person who inquires in the dark about things they would not reveal in the light. For the person who is so exhausted that no amount of rest seems to help. If that's the case, please refrain from leaving at this time. Stay in this location because the environment in front of you was created specifically for you right now, as opposed to the version of yourself that others see. The you that exists even when all doors are closed and all voices are silent. I intentionally stopped you at this location. I am not casual about placing an individual. Please stay until the end, as the last section contains a sentiment that has been on your mind for some time. There is something about this period of your life that you have yet to articulate. Not all responses are forthcoming from the start. Certain truths must be absorbed gradually, because the heart can only hold what it can perceive for an extended period of time. This year, I saw you carrying items that no one else did. There were mornings when the weight was already on your chest, even before the day had given you any reason to feel heavy. You'd lie there, wondering if there was something wrong with you, because tasks that others found easy were extremely difficult for you. Nonetheless, you persisted in rising. You persisted. However, I was able to determine the exact cost of your actions. I didn't miss one morning. In addition, I observed the nights. Even when the world outside was peaceful, the house was quiet, and everything around you had stopped moving, the conversations in your head continued. The inquiries returned. The weight exerted more pressure on you in solitude than it did during the busy day. You would toss and turn for hours, unable to fall asleep. I was present during the hours when no one knew you were awake or what was on your mind. In each of those quiet, dark moments, I observed how you kept your cool in the presence of those who needed your help. Your heart was gradually breaking as you spoke with another person in a calm, reassuring tone. When your voice and face remained calm, but you secretly desired to be held. You persisted. Nobody in your vicinity realized how dissimilar your appearance and emotions were. I recognized the type of smile you wore when you weren't feeling well. Individuals do not use a fake smile when they are unable to articulate the truth, do not want to be a nuisance, or have already attempted to communicate and believe no one is paying attention. As an alternative, they chose silence. All of the pauses were clear to me. I witnessed each of those instances. I observed days that appeared to be completely ordinary on the outside, but you were quietly bearing the burden of 100 minor sorrows that had never been given the opportunity to exhale. The weight of that nature does not accumulate suddenly. It gradually accumulates in a quiet manner until one Tuesday, when it appears to be heavier than usual. I noticed the disappointments you kept hidden because you were afraid of being perceived as someone who couldn't move forward. Things you had quietly hoped for and planned your expectations around, and when they did not arrive, you bore the loss alone. I witnessed abrupt shifts in relationships and people leaving without explanation. The once strong bonds gradually weakened, forcing you to reflect on your actions and accept responsibility for events that were not your fault. I noticed the prayers you sent up late at night, not the polished, beautiful ones, but the genuine ones, so private and fragile that you were unsure if they had been heard. They were desperate. People heard every single word. Nothing you told me to do was ever ignored or forgotten. Even in the most isolating situations, you were never truly alone. I'm aware of the specific fatigue you've been experiencing. It is not the type of fatigue that can be alleviated by a good night's sleep or resolved by a quiet weekend. Rather, it is the deeper type of fatigue that exists before the day begins. The exhaustion is not limited to the physical body. It is common among people who have given significantly more than they have received, and who have experienced far more than others are aware. Being fatigued does not indicate weakness. It is clear that someone has been carrying a significant amount of weight without getting enough rest or finding a solution. Others have noticed the strength you possess. I've witnessed every moment of your silent daily struggle to keep going when your entire being wanted to give up. And having witnessed everything, I couldn't wait another day to speak with you directly before you were born or took your first breaths. I already knew everything about you before your name was mentioned. This was not the same as how people become acquainted over time through conversation and shared activities. Rather, it was innate knowledge. I had already acquired each page of your story before it began on Earth. Your initial appearance did not prove your authenticity. When someone first chose to love you, you were not deserving. Heaven was aware of your entire existence before anything else happened. I knew you before you were born, before time set a point in your life, before families gave you names, before any teacher decided how good you could be, before any relationship began to change how you saw yourself, before any injury taught you to be cautious about who you trusted, and before rejection taught you how to protect yourself. I knew you before any of that happened, and I valued what I knew without hesitation, uncertainty, or the need to wait and watch your progress. That serves as the foundation for all of the information I'm going to give you today. The people who raised you did not shape your identity. Your worth was not determined by how others treated, praised, accepted, or rejected you. The foundation was laid before any of that reached you, and I purposefully incorporated elements that are yours into it, resulting in a depth that has occasionally perplexed you. You used to think that being sensitive was a burden, but now you realize that it is a gift, a way of navigating the world that has made you feel out of place in crowds. You've realized that you weren't meant to be in shallow water because you've experienced things that others haven't. At times, silence is more persuasive than the cacophony that surrounds us. Similarly, it is possible to determine what people are saying and what they are not. It is no accident that you feel compassion, even when it causes you pain. Everything is in its proper location. Every aspect of your creation was deliberate, and the purpose is still unfolding and evolving in ways you haven't fully realized. I was aware of the obstacles that would attempt to trap you prior to the onset of your pain, but I still made the decision to choose you wholeheartedly and without hesitation. Maintain that course of action. If our words have blessed or encouraged you, we would appreciate your help so that we can continue to spread God's love and light to a larger audience. The Ko-Fi support link is provided below. Do not let your mind's tendency to expect nothing persuade you that this is not the right fit for you. Don't let your quiet, protective voice keep you from receiving something genuine, because this moment isn't happening at random. No, you did not discover this by